Hi guys, it's Jane. As you might know, I am doing my review of the Dakota283 kennel that I have for Augie. Augie has the G3 framed door kennel by Dakota. He has the medium size, and the picture that you see now is what it looks like in my Ford Escape. So you can see there's really not a lot of room for a second kennel back there. I have tried to put a second kennel back there and it really just doesn't fit. If I were to get a smaller kennel like for a puppy, or if I had a smaller dog, I'm sure that I could fit one back there with it. But right at the moment, that empty space you see there is usually where I pack Augie's training gear, so it works out just fine. But I do really like the kennel. There is only a couple of, I guess, minuses to the kennel that I will be going over later in this video. But for the most part, I love this kennel and I'm super happy with it. I know it keeps Augie nice and safe. And yeah, so the next couple slides are going to show you guys how I secure it into the back of my Ford Escape. The first thing that I have to do in order for the kennel to fit in my car is I actually do have to put my back seat, I have to fold it down. I don't think this is a big deal because that's just another spot for me to store more gear, and it does leave an additional seat open if I have passengers. For some people that have more people traveling with them, this might be a deal breaker. But if I do turn the kennel sideways, it will fit just fine, but that means you have to turn it after your dog gets in because there is only one door. So after I have the kennel positioned in to the spot that I want it, I strap it down with just a ratchet strap that I bought at the hardware store. So this is super simple because my car actually has tie down points. It has 4, which is super nice. So as you can see, there is a tie down point in the back right, and there's also a tie down point in the front left, and that makes it super easy. Since I do have a small cargo area, and with the weight of Augie, I only need one. However, I do recommend using 2 straps if you have a larger SUV or you are traveling in a truck, just so the kennel does stay more secure. One thing that is super nice about this kennel is it has a built-in handle, and it also allows for a perfect tie-down point. So what I do is I just weave the strap through the handle portion of the kennel, and I know it's not going to move because the kennel is one solid piece. It is built in one solid piece, so I know it's super safe, and I know that handle isn't going to fail. One of the pluses of this kennel is the amount of ventilation holes that it has. The medium, I believe, has 16 on each side. I do really like this because on hot days, summer training, it's really important that your dogs can cool off quickly, and I believe that this kennel does well with ventilation and protection all in one. Another plus to the Dakota is their beveled floor. I'm not quite sure if you guys can see it very well in this picture, but it does have a beveled floor. This is especially nice on days that you're doing water training because you know that the water is going to go down into the low spot of the kennel and your dog is going to stay dry. This is also very helpful if you have a puppy, and puppies have accidents, so you'll also know that your puppy can stay dry as well. Along with the beveled floor, the Dakota kennel also has a drain hole in the top right corner of the kennel, and this is super helpful for washing out the kennel. It makes it a lot easier to drain. I would say this is a big plus for me because I hate having to turn kennels over to make sure all the water gets out. With the Dakota, you don't have to do that. You know that it's all going to drain out right there. The last plus I'm going to talk about is the kennel door. As you can see, it has a really strong hinge. It has stoppers at the top and bottom of the door, which is really nice. It's really strong and sturdy. It's also lockable, which is another plus, so you know that your dog is super secure. And it's a really strong lock. It seems like it would be a very secure lock, and it even has a strike plate for the lock, so you really know that this is going to be secure. Lastly, I am going to cover the downfalls of the kennel. There's really only two that I can think of, and it's not a big deal at all, but since this is a review, I thought I better let you guys know about it. The first downfall that I can think of has actually nothing to do with the kennel rather than a kennel accessory. I don't know of any kennel cover that specifically is designed to incorporate the Dakota kennel in its handle. I use the handle as a main point of tying it down. I know there are kennel covers that fit the Dakota kennel, but those have tie-down kits on them that are sewed on, that it's just little D-rings that you can attach your tie-down straps to. And again, those are sewed on, so I don't really know that I myself trust that. I've seen reviews of those breaking, so I would rather see a kennel cover designed to incorporate the use of the handle as a point where you can weave the strap through to securely tie it down. The second and only other downfall that I can think of this kennel is when you are trying to pair it with another kennel when you are tying it down. Since the Dakota kennel's tie down weaves through the handle on top of the kennel, sometimes the straps are going to be higher than the second kennel that you are tying it down with. So this really just ends up having you to bring a second set of tie-down straps. This isn't really a big deal to me because it's just bringing a second set of tie-down straps for the second kennel. But for some people this might be a deal breaker. It's fine if you only have one kennel, not a big deal there obviously, or if you have a set of Dakota kennels, still not a big deal. This is only a downfall if you have a different brand of kennel other than the Dakota kennel that you are going to be pairing it with when you are tying it down. But again, not a big deal, just a second set of tie-down straps. But this was my review of the Dakota kennel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel so you guys can see more videos of my gear reviews, my training videos, and of course the upland hunts that are going to be coming out this fall. Thanks guys!